Hello and welcome to gorgeous downtown Melbourne. Our hotel, the Stamford, a 5-star hotel, of course, was in the middle of downtown Melbourne on one of the most iconic Melbourne streets named Little Collins. As you can see, the settings were equally luxurious in tone, or I should say were luxurious in tone, and you'll see how the hotel itself ends up falling short and really not being a match for these settings. There was no shortage of upscale dining around, posh stores, 3 Rolex stores within a 1-minute walk in case you were really keen to lend yourself a watch in Melbourne. And of course, filming some of the downtown streets. So the time of year we ended up going corresponded to winter in Melbourne, which of course in the Western world would have been summer here. But it was a lovely treat nonetheless, especially as you've seen on these other vacation videos. You know, we lived in Dubai for a month, 50 degrees Celsius. We did Malaysia, we did Singapore, all these very hot places. The cooler temperatures in Melbourne were very well welcomed. And here we're getting closer to the entry of the Stamford. The Stamford was a hotel chain, we later found out, in Australia. And what made this an impromptu booking for us was that we were coming from Asia, and Australia has a lot of really large iconic cities. So we didn't know through the last moment which location would make most sense for us to fly through, which meant that we did not have exactly a pick of the litter when it came to choosing a hotel. Nonetheless, though, the Stamford, and you see here the lobby, a hairdresser in the background who was exceptionally busy every day, a restaurant through the windows there that was associated with the hotel that had very poor selection, but nonetheless, so the Stamford, one thing we came to find out as we traveled through Australia was that their niche really was top locations. However, and now we're doing the room tour, but again, you can see things for yourself. You know, you can see the exceptionally outdated furniture, the drab, yellow, pukey carpet. You know, you can see these things for yourself. So I'm giving some more anecdotes on the side. One thing that made it motel-like, and I'll touch on this at the end of the video, other than the horrific colors in the bedroom, were the rates. There was something very odd going on with the way that the Stamford charged its guests. And again, I'll touch more on that at the end of the video. The bed, I have to say, the bed was okay. Like a really firm bed. This was a really firm bed. It was great for that. It was so funny to me, this next step. So as I go into the rooms first, I record the rooms so you guys can see. There was somebody working like an arm's length away from my window. I ended up accidentally filming somebody doing his job. And of course, a lot of others like him in the office buildings nearby. And yes, we can all see how filthy the window is. Things like that certainly take away points, certainly contribute to that laziness and care, I should say, that one might attribute to hotels. The bathroom, I mean, it's one of those things, if you look at this bathroom zoomed out, you're thinking marble tiles, golden finishes. But then you zoom in, right? The devil is in the details. All the finishes were tarnished, rusty, dirty, soap scummy, disgusting. You know, nothing seemed that clean. Admittedly, I was quite afraid to use this bath, but thankfully we were not there for a long time. You know, the taps, all a little rusty, all a little green and moldy and mildewy and scummy. Things that you shouldn't see at a 5-star hotel, because remember, we're not talking 5-star like a Yelp review, right, based on the public opinion. This is 5-star by the Critics Association, like a legitimate 5-star stamped, much as imagine either 5-star hotels we've shown on this channel, including the Burj Al Arab, including Viceroy, Sugar Beach, St. Lucia. So the gym was an amenity, and the pool, I have to say there were people swimming there while we were there, so I didn't feel comfortable, filming strangers swimming, nor do I think that's appropriate. So that's a stock photo. So now remember I said at the beginning that I would talk a little bit about some hidden costs that really soured the experience at the Stamford for us and made it so that the institution came across as a motel in its stinginess. So one thing was there were nightly deposit fees that were very high associated with the hotel. I'll tell you guys the rates. I always keep it, authentic and honest on this channel. In in Australian dollars at the time, because it is Australia, at the time we booked this hotel, which this video was a little while ago, I'm a little late on uploading videos, but at the time we booked this hotel, it was $112 a night for the hotel. Then I get there and I'm told there's $100 a night deposit fee. Okay, my cards weren't working because at the Burj Al Arab hotel in Dubai, they broke my credit card. So a lot of this trip was done on cash. And keep in mind, $100 deposit fee on $112 nightly booking. I mean, we're talking like an instant doubling of the money. To add to that, I then asked them about parking because online it didn't say there was no parking or paid parking when I booked it on the website I booked it on. She said, let me look at your package. I said, what package? I just booked a room for the night. She said, so there's no parking included in your package. The parking options nearby. So now keep in mind the $112 a night hotel. For math, keep it simple, the $100 a night hotel. On top of it has doubled in price owing to the $100 a night deposit, which I never got back. But that's a whole other story. I changed cards. They never bothered to contact me about it and find a way to deposit the money. But again, another story. But now parking. Do you know how much parking costs us per night? $146. So now the tab is pushing itself at around $350 a night for what was a $100 a night hotel booking for all intents and purposes. Now, the obvious follow-up, Pam, why do you care? Haven't you paid for far more expensive hotels? It's not a money thing. It's a principle thing. $350 a night when I was prepared for that $100 nightly booking. We're talking a delta of hundreds of % above sticker price. That is disgusting. On top of that, the hotel had really strange rules, which when you're traveling with a family, strange rules can go a long way in making or breaking your experience. For example, if you checked out 1 minute after checkout time, you paid 50% of a night's fee. If you checked out an hour after checkout, you paid 100% of a night's fee. Just these strange, motel, rascally driven prices. The 5-star level is about generosity and opulence and luxury. It's not about me running like a rat watching the 60-second delta on when I'm checking out. Most hotels, you ask them, they give you a free later checkout, a free earlier check-in, things like that. This hotel just had an abundance of these really, really strange rules that, again, at the end of the night, you get tired of reading them. It's like, who lives like this? Just include a positive guest experience. And the stinginess, to be honest, I don't know where it's coming from. I don't know if they've had bad experiences. I mean, the hotel is in the middle of one of the most iconic streets in Melbourne, arguably. I can't imagine that the kind of crowd going there is going there to smash the hotel rooms. I don't imagine it's teenagers or particularly people that are unexperienced in life, things like that. It seemed a hotel suited for business people. So what was the origin of these strange rules? I don't know. But in terms of the impact they had on me, well, very clearly it was negative. And lack of nearby food options, I have to say, this is not directly their fault. The closing hours for restaurants in Melbourne are, of course, the Stamford bears no liability on that, nor should they. But, for example, they advertise being related or affiliated with that restaurant that I showed you guys through the window a few minutes ago. And then when you go to the restaurant, the guy said, we don't have any takeout options, he said, but can I take your order? I said, sure, this is my order. How long? He comes back and he says, ma'am, the kitchen has confirmed we don't have a takeout option. So, how do I eat? With kids and stuff like that, takeout is something we kind of rely on all the time. And to be honest, it's better for the restaurant that I take out than have my children break all their plates and glasses. So just, at a 5-star level, again, at a true 5-star, because you can imagine a lot of places are just greasing by the 5-star. They're not really 5 stars. I would argue in many respects this wasn't even really a hotel. It fit the motel structure. But at a true 5-star, I'm not saying they should have had multiple multiple restaurants bustling on every level. But again, people are going there. It's successful people that are going there. They want peace. They want calmness. They want peace of mind. So now having to wonder and scrap on how I'm securing a meal, there should have been a place open 24/7 within the hotel serving, even if basics only, okay? I'm not saying they should be serving, 17 different French sauces. A freaking fry, okay? A fry and a pizza. But that amenity should be part of a true 5-star institution. And unfortunately, the Stamford lacked in that regard as well. So I'll end the video there. It was just a really weird experience. The room, a little dirty, a little weird, a little old, a little updated. But you add all those littles together and you end up with an experience that's, well, not that great. And again, the weird rules, had the rules not been there and the weird payment structures, things like that, the hotel might have been okay. Maybe this review wouldn't be as negative. Not that it's intentionally negative, but I look back and I'm like, what positive thing do I have to reflect on? I think I noted the bed was a good bed. And I meant that. Just as I meant all the other aspects I've talked about as well. So again, I'll leave the video there. Thank you so much for watching. Share with me your thoughts. How would you have reacted if you thought a hotel was a certain price every night and then you end up paying over 3 times that price? And give this video a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and I will catch you on our next luxury video here. And a sneak peek, the next posting is a true luxury posting. So I'll see you there. Thank you.